Okay, guys, we're doing paper 2 of grade 8 paper today. So this is a 2021 paper. So let's go through it as quick as we can. Okay. So calculate the size of X, give reasons for all your statements. So the size of X is an angle. So we're looking for angle X. So what do we know? This is a triangle. Angles in a triangle add up to how much? 180. So I'm going to use that property X plus, this is the right angle. So right angle equals to how much? 90 plus 37 equals to 180. Then what will be my reason? Sum of interior angles in a triangle. Angles inside a triangle. And I'm going to calculate there. 90 plus 37 is 127. 127 equals to 180, and then I'm going to subtract 127 on both sides. So that I have 53, so 53 degrees. So you get a mark for setting up the equation, mark for the answer, and mark for. Okay, moving along. Okay, calculate X. We're looking for X here. So what type of a triangle is this one? It's an isosceles triangle. What do we know about an isosceles triangle? Two things. Two opposite sides are the same and the base angles are the same. What is the reason for that one? We said angles opposite equal sides. So the angles that are opposite the equal sides are the same. This angle and this angle are the same. So in this case, since these two sides are the same, how do we know? Because of these two lines. Meaning these angles will also be the same. So if this is X, this will also be X. So how are you going to calculate this? Two ways of doing it. I can set up the equation, X plus 26 equals to 180. And then how do I get this? Because of this reason. There's reason here. Angles opposite equal sides. Then I have 2x equals, subtract 180 from 26, subtract 26 from 180, get 154, divide both sides by 2 by 2. X will be how much? 77 degrees. So here we use two reasons. Angles opposite equal sides. We don't use base angles are the same. No, we don't use that one. We don't use that one anymore. And then use sum of interior angles in a triangle. Okay, cool. So angle X is that. A shorter way of doing it, you can subtract this angle and divide by 2 because these two angles are the same. It will still give you 77. Okay, moving along. Okay, calculate with reasons the value of X and Y. Look at this angle here. How can we solve this question? If I throw this one here, 138, this angle is the same as that angle. Do you see it? So this means this is cut here, this is X, this is 63. The whole angle will be that. So X, what reason or what principle am I using? Vertically opposite angles. Remember, what do you know about vertical opposite angles? They're the same. So vertically opposite angles are equal. I'm using this rule. I'm using that rule. So this means X plus 63
is the same as 138. And then I can say 138 minus 63 to find the value of x. 138 minus 63, I get 75. So this would be 75, so that together they make 138. So there's another way of doing it. You can use angles on a straight line. It will still work. You use this, you find this, the straight line, you find this missing angle, and then you make a straight line for that side. You add this angle, and that angle, then equate them to how much? 180, and then solve it like that. So there are many ways to do it. As long as you give a reason, and mostly it's solve for x. So algebraic equation still applies in this case because we are solving for an unknown. Okay, I'm just looking out for like the shortest method to answer these questions. Okay, B, how are we gonna do B? How are we gonna find x here? Start with this one. You can see that these are adjacent angles on a straight line. So x and 34, they form a what? A straight line equation. So this means x plus 34 equals to 180. What's the reason? Angles on a straight line. That's your reason. And then move this one there. It's a positive. It's going to be a minus. Or subtract both sides by 34, 34. So x will be 180 minus 34, which is how much? 146. X is 146. And then we need to find y. So y, look here, I have parallel lines. I have parallel lines here. What do we know about parallel lines? 3 rules apply whenever we see parallel lines. We call them the Fan rules. The Fan rules. Corresponding, coincident, and alternate angles. So I'm going to use that one. Look here. And there you go. These 2 angles alternate. Remember, alternate, they form an N or a Z shape. So 40 and Y, I can see it alternates, and I am given parallel. I can't use it if I don't have parallel lines. Since there are parallel lines, I can say Y will be 40 also because of alternate angles. And then why are we using this? Because we have parallel lines. So that will be my reason. If there are parallel lines, then I can use alternate angles to find y. Okay, moving along. Let's look at that question. Okay, there's this. Okay, now we're given that, and we're given angle S and angle U to find 3x. So how are you going to find this one? We need to find a linking angle between this angle and that angle. There's no rule that we have that can link those two directly. So I would extend here, and then I know that 3x and that angle, or this one, whichever one you want to use, they are corresponding. So I can say 3x because of the parallel line. So if this is 3x, this will also be 3x. And then if this, because of this parallel lines, these two angles are corresponding angles. So I'm going to equate. I'm going to say 5x minus 40 equals to 3x. What reason am I going to use? Corresponding angles, because SR is parallel to UT. We're given the parallel lines, so we need to identify the parallel lines. Okay, now, once you set up an equation, I'm hoping you can see, in all of the questions that I'm doing, I have to set up an equation first,
And then once I set up an equation, I give a statement, my reason, then I solve for the equation using the principles of solve for x. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to move all the letters to one side, like terms to one side. So I'm going to move this one. I'm going to move the 3x over, transpose. It's a positive. It's going to become a negative. And then this is a positive, negative 4. Move it to the right-hand side. It's going to become a positive. So if I were to write this down now, I'm going to have, let me write it here. I'm going to have 5x minus 3x equals to 40. If you're moving a term across the equal sign, do not forget to change the sign of the term. These are like terms. What is 5x minus 3x? 2x, then 40 divided by 2 divided by 2x is 20. This is the value of x. It's not the value of the angle. It's the value of x, and we're going to end it here. If they say, find the value of the angle given x, you go and substitute in the question. You take the value of x and put it in any, since these two are the same. So I can put it here. So 3 in the place of x, I'm going to put what? 20. And then 3 multiplied by 20 becomes 60. So this angle is 60 degrees, this angle is 60 degrees because corresponding angles are the same. Okay, moving along. Okay, round off your answer to 2 decimal place. Okay, so we know that we're going to get a decimal. Already we are expecting that. In triangle ABC, triangle angle B is 90 degrees, AC is 13, it's given. B is 90 and BC is 3, it's given. So calculate the value of the length of AB. AB, they put it as X. So we're looking for X. So we can use now theorem of Pythagoras. Can you see? Theorem of Pythagoras. If you're not sure about this one, there's a whole video on it. So theorem of Pythagoras, we use it to calculate sides, and it only applies when we are given a right angle triangle. So this is very important in this statement because we know that since it's a right angle triangle, we can use this theorem. Okay, now, how are we going to derive the formula? We always start with what are we looking for? Are we looking for the hypotenuse or are we looking for the other side? So in this case, the hypotenuse is given. Remember, what is the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is always opposite the right angle. So the side that is facing the right angle is always called the hypotenuse. And also, it is the longest side of all the sides. So how are we deriving the formula in this case? We start with the side that we're looking for. So in this case, we are not looking for the hypotenuse, we're looking for the other side. So I'm going to say AB, and remember we square. AB squared equals 2. Then you start with the bigger side minus BC. So, like this. So we are subtracting because we are looking for the other side. If we are looking for the hypotenuse, we add. Since we are looking for the other side, we subtract. And then subtracting the smaller number from the bigger number. Then we substitute. What is AB? X. Then we keep the square there. What is AC? 13 square minus BC 3 square. Put this on a calculator, will give you 169 minus 9, which is 160. So x squared is 60. And then what do we do here? We square root both sides. Why do we square root? We want to get rid of the square so that we are only left with x. So if you want to get rid of the square, you square root. What is the square root of 160? Press it on the calculator. You get 12.65. So units. So that will be your answer for this. I hope you get it and check it. They wanted 2 decimal places, so that's 625. Okay, moving along. Okay, here's another question here. Okay, this question says, let me try to move this. It says, the owner of a house wants to construct a metal ramp, which is TG, from the top of the staircase to the ground. So T to G, from here to there. Calculate the length of the ramp. So the ramp is this one. And then we get this part here. So this part is the stairs. So I can calculate yes, the length of TB, the whole stairs, since I'm told that this is 0.2. So you see, this is 0.2, the whole thing will be 0.4. And then this part, BG, I have it as 2 meters from the ground of the stairs. And then this missing part here will be how much? 0.2. So in total, I have something like this. 2.2 and 0.4. Okay, now I'm looking for TG. So I'm just going to write this as TG. So I'm going to use theorem of Pythagoras, because as it's given, this will be a right angle triangle, because you get this shape here. It should be a right angle triangle. The stairs form a perpendicular. They are perpendicular, so they form a right angle, the stairs with the ground. So what would be the formula? In this case now, TG, or the ramp, becomes the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse. So how would I calculate the hypotenuse? I'm going to say TG squared equals to TB squared plus BG squared. And then substitute in your values. This is how much? 0.4 plus squared. This is 2.2 squared. And then press them on a calculator. 2.2 squared, we get 5 TG squared. So what do you do here? Square root. Don't forget to square root, and then write your reason for your answer. Pythagoras. If you just say Pythagoras, it's fine. TG is square root of 5, which is 2.24. 2.24. You get your answer there. And then the units is meters. So if it's 4 marks, you can get a mark for the formula, for deriving the formula, for substituting. For the final answer, then the other mark either goes to the unit, the correct unit, or the reason. So try to write the reason and the unit so that you can get all the marks. Okay, moving along. Question 4. Okay, consider the following sketch given that ABC is similar to DEF. Similar, they told us, and we should know this symbol means similar. Similar shapes that have the same shape, different size. How do we prove them? Prove them using the corresponding angles must be the same and the corresponding sides must have the same proportion. Okay, so with reason, calculate with reason. Calculate the values with reason, the values of X and Y. Okay, so let's try to do this question. Okay, I'll try to zoom it here. Okay. Now we are given 2 triangles there. We need to find the value of X. There's X there. We need to find the value of Y. So firstly, what do? We calculate the ratio. the ratio, because already they told us they have the same, they are similar, so meaning the proportion are the same sides. So either call it proportion or ratio. I always take the bigger side divided by the smaller side. Others do it the other way around, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to take the sides that I am given already. So this side, and this side are corresponding. So I'm going to divide the 15 over the 10. So what is 15 over 10? It's 1.5. So because we know they're similar, so I know that this is the proportion for all the sides. So if I'm looking for x, I have that this side is 8. So this, according to the numbers given, this becomes the bigger shape, and this one becomes the smaller one. Don't look at the scale, the shape. Look at the values given. This is 15, this is 10. So this has to be the bigger one. So meaning I'm moving from 8 to x. I'm moving from a smaller shape to a bigger shape. So what am I going to do? I'm going to multiply by 1.5. So when you're moving from a smaller to a bigger one, you multiply. And I'm going to get 12 there. And then to calculate y, the proportion is 18. Yeah, pause. Okay, so to find this one, divide course, moving from a smaller one to, I'm moving from a bigger shape to a smaller shape. So we divide proportion. So it's going to be how much? 18 divided by 1.2, 1.5, sorry, it's 12. Yes. Okay, hope you get it. So multiplying and dividing, the first thing to do is to find the proportion given. Okay, moving along. Formulae, it's nice, they give us. Sometimes they don't give you, you need to know them. Even if they give you, you need to know them so that you can choose the correct one. Because if you don't know which one is for which, you can just choose anything. But they told you here, this is the area of a triangle, area of a circle, perimeter of a circle. The other word for perimeter of a circle is circumference. Okay, so let's continue. Just extra information there. Question 5. The area of a triangle is 33. That's 33 millimeters squared. Determine the perpendicular height of the triangle if the base is 12 millimeters. So the area, keyword is area. So we're going to use the area formula. What is the area formula of a triangle? Half times the base times the perpendicular height. The area is 33. So we have the value of the area, which is 33. In the place of A, I'm going to put 33 there. Equals 1/2, determine the perpendicular height. So we're looking for H of the base of the triangle if the base is 12 millimeters. So in the place of B for base, I'm going to write 12. Then I'm looking for height. I'm looking for the height. So 3. What is half of 12? Half of 12 becomes 6. Then there I'm going to divide both sides by 6 by 6. The height becomes how much? 3 divided by 6, which is 5.5. Now here you're just simply solving it. So here, yes. I just say 1/2 times 12 is half of 12, which is 6. Then divide both sides by 6. You get the value of H. Then press this on a calculator. I hope you get it. It's a nice question. You just need, it's like a word problem. You need to make it into an equation and then solve the equation. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's do that question. Okay, question 6. Consider the sketch below. This is a sketch of a netball court. The shaded area is the area of the center player is allowed. The shaded area is the area the center player is allowed to play in. Calculate this shaded area. Okay, nice question. I'm sure we've done most of this by calculate the area of the shaded part. So you need to get the area of the two shades and then subtract the part that is not shaded. So firstly, what is the shape of the netball court? This whole shape. What is it? This whole shape is a rectangle. Do you all agree? So I'm going to use area of a rectangle as length times breadth, whereby this is that, the length, and the breadth. Can you see? Look here. This 4,9, it's only from here to there. And this 15,25 is for the whole thing. So the breadth will be 15,25. So when dealing with this, check carefully which value is given, which part does it cover. Because someone can just take 4,9 without properly understanding what's happening. 80,5 times 15,25 becomes how much? 6,465,125. Okay. So always say don't round off yet. Write all the decimals. We only round off the final answer. So this is the area of the whole shape. And then look at now this part. What shape is this part? This is a semicircle. This is a semicircle. So it is a circle, but half a circle. So it's a half a circle plus half a circle, making a complete circle, one whole circle. What is the area of a circle? The area of a circle is pi r squared. R standing for radius. What is the radius? The radius is the distance from the center to the point in a circle. And then here we are given what? We are given the diameter. This is the diameter. The radius will be from here, center to here. It will be this distance. So what happens if we are given the diameter instead of the radius? There's a formula that says radius is diameter over 2. So divide the diameter by 2. Yeah. 2,45. This is the radius, guys. Now, how are we going to solve it now? Radius is pi. Now, the radius will be 2,45 squared. Do you understand what I did? I'm substituting in the place of r, I'm substituting the value of the radius. And then you press that whole thing on a calculator. So other teachers, depending on what they said, you can use 3,14. 141, you can use 22/7, whichever value of pi you are comfortable with. So otherwise, you can just press it as you find it on the calculator. Shift, then you press the button. I'm getting 18,85. 18,8574099. Now, the area of the shaded part. Area of shaded will be 465,12 minus 18,8574099. 465, right? I get 44. Okay, I'll write the answer here. The answer is 446,28. Then I'm rounding off now. Okay. I hope I didn't do any mistake. If I did, you can 27. No. Here it's 27. You can comment below and then we can talk about it. But this should be the answer. So area of the whole triangle, area of the shaded part, and subtract the 2 from each other. It's worth 5 marks. It's worth 5 marks. You get a mark for that. You get a mark for that and mark for the final answer. All right, moving along. Last question. 50 marks. It was a good paper. It was a good paper. Wonderful. Okay, let's go through the question. Okay, let's go through the question. Consider the 3D sketch of a barn building below. Calculate the area of the base shape, ABC. Now let's do some labeling there. ABCDE. Calculate the area of the shape, the base shape, ABC. Where is ABCDE? A, B, C, ABC, E, D. Can you see? This is the part they are looking for. So this shape is made up of 2 shapes. It's made up of a triangle and it's also made up of a rectangle. So we're going to divide the 2 and then add them up together to find that. I'm going to say area will be of the total of the base. Let's say area of base will be area of the triangle plus area of the rectangle. So what is the area of the rectangle? Let's start with that one first. Okay. Area of the rectangle will be this part. Do you agree? So it will be 12 multiplied by 3. So it will be L times B, which is 12 times 3. Find there. What is the area of a rectangle? Half the base times the perpendicular height. So 1/2 multiplied by, what is the base? The base will still be this, will be the same. This is where the triangle starts. So this is also 12. So the base will be 12. Now, what will be the height? The height of EJ is given as what? EJ. EJ is from here. Let me just remove this. Can you see EJ? It's this whole length. But the triangle only starts there. So meaning this part is already covered in the rectangle. So I'm going to say 11 minus 3, which is 9. 11 minus 3 is 8. It's 8. Sorry. So meaning the height is 8. So I'm going to write 8 there. I hope you're all fine. Hope you get it. You can pause and go through it again. Just combine. Then what is half of 12? Half of 12 is 6. 6 times 8 is how much? Let's press this whole thing on a calculator. Don't stress yourself. Calculator. Put this on a calculator. 86. That. And then press them together. 84. What are the units? Meters squared. So the area of the base will be 84 meters squared. Nice, beautiful question. Okay, moving along. Now the question says calculate the total surface area of the barn. The total surface area. Remember, how do we do total surface area? We add all the faces together. This face. Remember, a cube has 6 faces, so we add all the faces, the area of all the faces. So this is what I'm going to do here. Let me just get more space. So we have the base as 84. I'll write it here. The base is 84 meters squared. And let me just work in this part here. Okay, now, what are we going to do? We're going to look at all the faces or all the sides of this beautiful shape. So Then we calculate the total surface area as we go. So I'm going to say total surface area. Do you agree this base will be the same as that part on the other side? Do you see that part? Do you agree that these two sides will be the same? So I'm going to have two of the base and top. So already I have it as 84. So I'm just going to edit like that. Then I have this part. Let me show you. Do you see this part? Like a roofing. This part. What shape is this part? This is a rectangle. So how much is here? This part should be 24 because of this 24. And then how much will be this part that is land? This part that is land will be the same, so it will be 10. Do you agree that this part here is the same as that what? That part on the other side, this part there on the other side. So it is twice 24 times 10 because of I have two sides that look the same. Are we together? Plus, which side am I looking at now? Let me use a different color. Look at this part, the sides, the two sides. What shape is this? It's a rectangle also. I have this side as 12. And what about this part? This part should be the same as this, the width. So it is also 3. And this part is the same as that part on the other side. So I have 12, 2, 2, meaning I have twice the sides. What you call 24 and what? 24 and 3. 24 and 3. And then which side is missing? This front part. Can you see the front part? Oh, no. The front part is covered with the base. It's covered because this whole shape is part of the base. So it is covered. The only missing part is the bottom part. The bottom part. So do we have another color here? Green? Yeah. Do you see this part? This part. What will be the shape of that part? So this part will be 12 and 24. This part will be 24. So how many sides of that do we have? Only one. So 12 and 24. And then that. So all of these are rectangles with different dimensions. So length times breadth for the front part, length times breadth, and then just calculate the whole thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just press it on the calculator. 224 times 10. You can pause the video, do it yourself. Don't just be a spectator without working. 1,080 meters squared because we're dealing with total surface area. So please check. This was a nice, beautiful question. Last question, calculate the volume of the burn. The volume of the right prism. So what is the volume of any prism? We multiply the area of the base, we multiply it by height. This is the standard formula of multiplying volume. You get the area of the base multiplied by the height. So if this shape, the way it is, if the yellow part is the base, so it's going to be something like this, of which I already have the base here as 84. Now, this part, the length, if this moves like this, the length becomes the height, so which is 24. Just multiply by 24. 24, then you get 2016 meters cubed. Okay, I hope you got it, guys. It's a nice, beautiful question for testing you on area, total surface area, and volume in one question. Yeah, thank you so much. Comment, subscribe on the YouTube. Comment if you enjoyed the video or if you have any question, like, and then you can reach out to me. Thank you, guys.